Okay, last call for strength training for longevity. We are going to do some squatting, some overhead pressing, and I've got a few scientific papers to present. It's going to be quick and fun. Let's start soon. All right. So again, my name is Stephen Hubbard. I am a cell culture bioprocess scientist, and I work for NeuroAge Therapeutics, and I'm a strength and conditioning coach, and I love sharing this knowledge with all of you. Okay, so we are going to quickly go through some of the best practices around strength training for longevity as we learn the squat and the overhead press. So join me in a quick warm-up. Do as I do. 5 wrist circles, both sides. And you can watch Matilde, who has done this before with me, and go the other way. I really like to do the same warm-up each time. Elbow circles. I think that doing the same warm-up helps you take a mental and physical inventory, and the other way. Nice. Oh, that's the weighted thing? Nice. Let's talk later. All right, shoulder circles. Okay, so when I gave this talk, and backwards, when I gave this talk like 5-6 years ago, I had to convince people that strength training and muscle mass was really important. Now I don't have to do that anymore. Everyone kind of gets it, which is so nice. I was really trying to shout into the wind on that one 10 years ago. I'm glad that we're all on board now. And so I just want to talk about some of the best practices where I think that there's still some disagreement. So slide, Nate. One thing to point out is that there's some good science showing that strength training works well, is effective, produces positive results, is safe at any age. This JAMA study from 1990, all right, hip circles, nice, everyone. This JAMA study showed that 90-year-olds could engage in heavy resistance training. Yeah, come join us. And I think that was the first thing that helped everyone see, whoa, we should take this seriously. And there's this 2009 paper from Liu and Lantham that reviews 120 papers showing that this stuff is safe and effective for people of every age. All right, we're going to do some ankle circles. Now, the stuff that I'm going to teach is applicable for you, but also your grandmother. These are basic, these are basic human movement patterns that we all used to be good at when we were kids, but then somehow we sit in chairs, or we get decrepit and old and stop moving in these normal ways. But really, there is a version of these movements that is appropriate for everyone, even your grandmother, my grandmother. Okay, so now we're going to learn the squat. Because strength training must be structured and goal-directed, and the squat is the most important movement, a basic movement pattern that everyone should be doing, that moves the whole body, that allows you to lift a lot of weight and get really strong efficiently. So let's learn the squat. Heels under shoulders. Maybe 35 degrees of angle in your toes so you can go a little wider with your feet, just a little bit, and yeah, there you go. And maybe that's a little wide, bring it in a little bit, but that looks pretty good. And this is personal preference, so play around. We're going to be tall, breathe into the belly, tight abs, and we're going to press the hips back and then come up. All right, we're just doing the first third. Now let's go to half squat. Breath in the belly, tight here, hips back. Good, and up, and now we're gonna go all the way down. Breath in the belly, hips back, knees apart, elbows on the inside of our knees. We're gonna press our knees apart. So I want you on your heels and get your elbows on the inside of your knees. There you go, press them apart. So in general, we want the knees tracking with the ring finger toe. All right, let's go again. The ring finger toe is like the ring finger on your hand, but yeah, no. The ring, yeah, there you go. Yeah, thank you. I didn't know how to say it, but your fourth one. All right. Breath. Yeah, next to the pinky. Thank you. That's a good way. All right. So this position, elbows on the inside of knees. Notice my back angle. I'm like pretty parallel with the ground, maybe 45 degrees at best. And come up. That really is the bottom position. We're not straight up and down. We're leaned over. That is the way to get down with the appropriate knee, foot, ankle, hip, and back positioning. And come up. Okay, great. So now we're going to try that without the elbows on the inside of knees. So bring your feet together just a little bit. There you go. Breath in the belly. Butt back, knees out, hands out. Good. Awesome. Matilda, you want to jump up here? So the breath in the... No, here. Let's go just unweighted first. So, importantly, and turn sideways. All right. Matilda's tall. Breath in the belly. Hips back, knees out. And then up out of the bottom, she's thinking, drive the hips into my hand. Hips up into my hand. Press your hips up and stand. Stand. Yeah. Good. The hip drive comes from the glutes. Drive the hips up. One more time. Think hip drive up and up. Yes. Good. All right. Now we're going to do it with some of these weights. So grab a weight that you know that you can definitely lift easily. All right. So here, Matilda, I'll grab you a 25. Take something easy, easy, easy. Don't overdo it.
Just one or two?
Just one, just one. So we're going to start with the goblet squat. Good, 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 good. All right. So pick it up, Matilda, and we're going to do the goblet squat. So the weight, and you can face them, the way that we hold this, like a goblet, close to the body. All right, we get a breath. And now, wait, let's see the same feet, a little closer feet. Good, one at a time. And we're standing tall. Everyone's got a weight. Okay, you got one, there you go. Standing tall, goblet position. Same feet, maybe in a little bit there. Yeah, like this, yeah. Breath in the belly, butt back, knees out. Good, and up. We're holding our breath the whole time. You guys in the back doing it without a weight, there's weights all the way over here. Come on down, come on, I see you. Let's go. All right, yeah, a couple more like that. We are holding our breath the entire time. That is called the Valsalva. Breathe in at the top, tight here, and up. The reason we do that breathing pattern is because it stabilizes the spine, allowing us to generate the most force. That's what strength training is about, generating force. All right. Only when you're back at the top. Breathe in, squat, breathe out. Awesome. Good. So, now Nate, slide. The next most important thing about strength training is that it must be progressive. And this is the thing that I think everyone in the longevity community is messing up, and everyone in the medical community is messing up. Right now, the way that we prescribe exercise is the number of minutes that you engage in it, and that is totally silly. In order to get the positive effect, in order to get stronger, the weight must get heavier over time. So that rate of increase week to week to week, it's going to be more for you than for your grandma, but it must get heavier. That is what drives the stimulus adaptation cycle. Okay, so everyone's going to put that weight down and get one heavier. Matilda's also going to switch to the barbell. Do it without, yeah. There we go. Okay. Yeah, do sideways. There you go. I like that everyone is down to participate. Thanks, everyone. Okay, so Matilda's doing it with a barbell. You're all doing it with these dumbbells. We're going to go kettlebell or goblet squat style. You got it? Okay, go for it. There we go. So now that we've got a heavier weight, you got to try a little harder. Breathe into the belly, butt back, knees apart, and up. 1. We're going to get 5. 2. Good. Everyone's looking good. Let's get 3. So I'm so focused on the squat, right? I really believe the squat is super important, and I think one more is 5. And if you're not incorporating the squat in your strength training, people who are serious about strength training outside of the longevity community, frankly, will not take you seriously. This is the most important movement to many people all over the world who care about health. If you're not squatting, you're not serious about it. And frankly, I agree. Now, that doesn't apply to the 87-year-old with a bunch of fused discs and who can't get up out of a chair. But let's talk about getting up out of a chair. That's health span. There's not like a chronic disease called not being able to get up out of a chair, maybe frailty or sarcopenia, but there's whether you can pick up your grandchild or not. There's whether you can carry the groceries in or not. Strength enables people to live the lives that they want to, of independence, of the ability to help other people. And that's why the last principle here, Nate, is that strength training is sustainable health span extension aided by human connection. I'm a big proponent of doing this stuff in groups just like this. Thank you all for doing this with me. And I think the way that we make it sustainable is we find a way to make it fun. So let's go one heavier one more time. So grab a slightly heavier weight. Matilda's gonna put on these 10s. And this will be our last squat. Now, this is, progressive strength training in the same session. But how do you get progressively heavier over time? There's sets and rep schemes and all of that. There's great exercise science all about it. I really like sets of 5 and recommend it. 3 sets of 5 is great prescription for the squat. Oh, very nice. All right, so now we've got a heavier weight. I'm gonna join you. We're gonna do 3 sets of 5 at a heavier weight. Ready? Yep. Oh, boy. Ready, breathe in. Butt back, knees out. Nice. Good. 2, 3, 4. Oh, you're doing so good. I'm so glad you joined at the last minute. And last one. And up. Good. And put the weight down. Awesome. The reason that Matilda and I love the barbell is because it can be precisely loaded. You know, they're increments of 5 and they only go up to 65 pounds, but this can be 45 or 55 or 65 or 67 and 68 and 69, and then next week it's 70. That's progressive strength training for your grandma, and that's why the barbell is the best tool for doing this. Okay, so now we're gonna learn the overhead press. This is a little quicker. Grab a lightweight that you can press up above your head. Really light. This is the last that I'll teach. Yeah, do it with the barbell. Great. Oh, yeah. So, one more thing to say is that the prescription is different for you and your grandmother based on intensity. We're gonna do overhead press. Grab the lighter weight, the 10. Okay, so the weight starts here. We're gonna be tall, breath in the belly, the same tightness here, and reach overhead, and bicep comes close to the ear and back down. All right, let's breathe in here. Tight abs, bicep to ear, good. Breathe in, straight overhead, good. And last one. Now, you'll notice, once you start doing this, let's go other arm. And I guess, Matilda, you just do the same. Again, is that this really requires your full body to be coordinated together. All right. Breath in the belly, tight abs, tight quads, tight butt. Reach. Good. One more time. 2, 3 more times. The reason we do these loaded exercises with heavy weights amongst many, is that it's time efficient. This requires the coordination of your entire body, of a whole bunch of musculature. You're learning balance, plus you're looking cool. All right, and down. So for all of these reasons, I really, really hope that these strength training best practices spread throughout the longevity community. I know that the next best pill seems so cool and scientifically interesting, and it is, and I want all that stuff. And heck, I want the exercise mimetic pill so we don't have to do any of this stuff. But until then, these are some of the absolute best practices. If you're not doing them, you're missing out, and the rest of the world isn't going to take us seriously, which is a thing that we really want. We want the attention and respect of everyone so that we can spread the longevity message, and getting strong is an important way to do that. So thanks, everyone, for being here. Let's grab a group selfie so someone can get a camera. Everyone's going to hold a weight up like this. A couple people can be on the stage with me. Can you take a picture of us? Yeah. Your camera. You'll email it to me. Yeah. If you can step up onto the stage without breaking anything, that would be great. All right. Okay. There you go. Light one's good. Oh boy, please don't. You got it. Hold on. Nice. Okay. So weights up here. All right. Everyone can see. We're looking at the red camera. Yeah. Big smiles. All right. And that's it. One overhead. Everyone overhead. Yeah. Great. Awesome. Thank you so much. You can put the weight down. That was strength training for longevity. Good work, everyone. If you want to be really helpful, you can help bring all of these back over to the gym. And hey, that's a farmer's carry. So another great weightlifting exercise. Thank you, Matilde. Great work. I'll be around if anyone wants to talk strength training. Yeah. If anyone wants to talk strength training or lifting or longevity and lifting, I'll be around. I love talking about this stuff, as you can see. And thanks to everyone sticking around to make the presentation go well. Awesome. And by the way, what an amazing conference. Big hands up to all the organizers and volunteers. Hell yeah, bringing us together for this. All right. Thank you so much.